Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt like life hit rewind on your exhaustion? Like you just slept 8 hours, but woke up tired? Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and deep in your soul? You're not lazy, you're not broken. You're existentially exhausted, and there's a psychological reason behind it that almost no one talks about. Here's the kicker. It's not just about sleep. You could get the perfect mattress, go to bed early, drink your magnesium tea, and still wake up thinking, I can't do this again. This isn't burnout from work. It's burnout from life itself. And that's a whole different beast. Millions are silently battling this invisible war, waking up mentally tired, feeling life is a chore, questioning the point of it all. That inner voice whispers, why does life feel pointless? Why am I so exhausted mentally? And yet, nobody around you gets it. They tell you to just be grateful or go for a run. But gratitude doesn't cure chronic emotional fatigue. A jog doesn't fix trauma fatigue. Here's the truth. Feeling like this doesn't mean you're weak. It means your nervous system is on fire, your psychology is overwhelmed, and your spirit is starving. And if you're tired of waking up every day feeling like you're dragging your soul through wet cement, you're in the right place. Because this isn't just about how to stop being tired, it's about reclaiming the will to live again. So, if you've been mentally yelling, why am I tired of life? This video is your wake-up call. Not the kind that pulls you out of bed, but the kind that helps you rise from within. And it all starts with understanding what's really going on inside your mind. The invisible weight of chronic emotional fatigue. Most people assume exhaustion means you've been busy doing something. But chronic emotional fatigue is different. It's the kind of tired that sits in your bones even after a week off. It's what happens when you've been pretending everything's okay for too long, when you've been emotionally on 24/7. People who feel this aren't lazy. They're overloaded by the constant inner pressure to survive, to smile, to push through when life feels pointless. And the scary part? Most of them don't even know they're carrying this invisible weight. Take someone who wakes up already tired every day, dragging themselves through the motions, shower, coffee, emails, social niceties. But it all feels flat, lifeless, meaningless. That's not just Monday blues. That's existential exhaustion. Their mind isn't just tired, it's begging for relief. There's often no big, dramatic breakdown, just a quiet, relentless feeling that everything takes more effort than it should. They feel like they're burning out from existing. One key driver of this is the constant suppression of emotions, always being the strong one, always hiding anxiety, sadness, or even rage. Over time, this creates a nervous system burnout, where even small tasks feel overwhelming. That's when your brain starts saying, why am I so exhausted mentally? And why does life feel like a chore? And unless we start listening to these whispers, they turn into screams. But there's something deeper happening beneath that tiredness, something most people miss entirely. The role of learned helplessness and the psychology of fatigue. Here's something unsettling. Your exhaustion might not come from what you're doing, but from what you believe you can't change. This is where learned helplessness sneaks in. It's a psychological state where after facing repeated setbacks or emotional blows, the brain starts to assume that effort is pointless. Even when opportunities appear, the mind whispers, why bother? Over time, this leads to a spiral of mental fatigue from life, making it harder to get out of bed, care about anything, or imagine something better. Imagine a person who once had dreams, goals, excitement, but after enough disappointments, betrayals, or chronic stress, they start waking up emotionally numb. They feel stuck in a loop. Same routine, same dull emotions, same emptiness. This isn't just sadness. It's a form of existential fatigue, where your spirit taps out before the day even begins. That person might look fine on the outside, but inside they're running on fumes. And here's the trap. The more helpless they feel, the more exhausted they become. It's like their energy leaks through invisible cracks in their hope. This form of burnout isn't solved by time management or a productivity app. It demands a psychological shift. One powerful way to start breaking the cycle is micro-choices. tiny, winnable actions that signal to your brain you're not powerless. Things like making your bed, journaling for 5 minutes, or even just drinking a glass of water mindfully. These small wins begin to repair the internal wiring of helplessness. Oh, and if this is clicking with you so far, maybe toss a like or a sub this way. Who knows? This might be the start of some real change, because what we're about to uncover next goes even deeper, down to the very way your nervous system is wired to handle life. Nervous system burnout. When your body thinks life is a threat. When someone says, "I'm tired of life," what they often mean is, "My body won't stop being on high alert." That's nervous system burnout, a state where your internal system is stuck in fight, flight, or freeze mode, even when there's no visible danger. It's the psychology of exhaustion playing out in real time. Your brain thinks it's keeping you safe, but really, it's slowly draining your life force. That's why even small tasks feel overwhelming. You're not just mentally tired, you're biologically overstimulated. Picture someone who wakes up feeling like they ran a marathon in their sleep. Their heart races over nothing. Loud sounds feel like attacks. They flinch when their phone buzzes. This isn't drama, it's chronic stress psychology in action. Their body is constantly pumping stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which over time creates emotional exhaustion, sleep disruption, and even memory fog. The world starts to feel unreal, like they're watching life through glass, classic signs of derealization psychology and depersonalization. One practical starting point: regulating the nervous system before trying to fix your life. That can mean breath work, like box breathing, cold exposure, even just a splash of cold water, or nervous system-friendly movement like yin yoga or tai chi. Apps like Othership or breath work can help too. These aren't spiritual fluff. They're tools to calm the inner alarm system so your brain can stop interpreting existing as a threat. But calming the system is just part of it, because there's a deeper layer. When joy disappears, when nothing excites you anymore, when you lose your ability to feel anything, that's something else entirely. There's a specific kind of exhaustion that goes beyond tired muscles or racing thoughts. It's when joy itself disappears. That deadened feeling, that's anhedonia, when things that used to bring pleasure now feel flat. People often say, "I'm just tired of existing," but what they're really describing is this loss of emotional flavor. Even the fun stuff, music, food, time with friends, feels like background noise. And that emotional numbness, it's a sign the brain is protecting itself by shutting down pleasure responses. Take someone who used to love painting, playing games, or hanging out with friends. Now, they go through the motions, but feel disconnected, as if life is happening at arm's length. That's not laziness or being antisocial. It's the brain's way of coping with trauma fatigue or prolonged emotional overload. Over time, the person stops reaching for joy altogether. Because if nothing feels good, why even try? And the longer this goes on, the more life starts to feel like a cruel loop. Wake up, feel nothing, go to sleep, repeat. So how do you rebuild the bridge back to pleasure? One way is to resensitize your brain with small doses of intentional novelty. That could mean listening to music you've never heard before, walking in a new place, or even tasting food with full attention. Journaling about micro moments that felt even slightly good trains the brain to start noticing light again. And as simple as it sounds, sometimes even naming what you wish you could feel is a step forward. But behind this emotional numbness is something even trickier. The quiet voice that says, "None of this matters anyway." That's not just sadness. That's existential burnout whispering its most dangerous message yet. The psychology of pointlessness. When life feels like a chore. One of the heaviest feelings a human can carry is the sense that life has lost all meaning. Not in a dramatic movie scene way, but in the quiet, suffocating sense that life feels like a chore. Wake up, go through the motions, try to care, try to smile, try to not fall apart, rinse, repeat. This is where the psychology of burnout collides with existential fatigue. It's not about laziness. It's about having lived so long in emotional survival mode that you forget what thriving even feels like. People in this state often ask questions like, "Why does life feel pointless?" Or, "Why am I waking up tired every day?" And the truth is, the human mind needs meaning as much as it needs food. When you're stuck in chronic emotional fatigue, your brain stops looking for purpose. It just focuses on getting through the day. Over time, this creates a life that feels mechanical. You wake up already mentally tired because you subconsciously believe there's nothing worth waking up for. But here's the twist. Meaning doesn't just arrive. It's something you construct, one brick at a time. It might start with volunteering for a cause that matters to you, reading a book that shifts your perspective, like Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, or simply setting a mission for your week, however small. Meaning isn't always loud. Sometimes it's hidden in tiny acts of courage. And once you start to rewire your perception of purpose, you'll notice something strange. The mornings start to feel a little lighter, and from there, everything begins to change. So, what if waking up tired of life isn't a flaw in you, but a sign something deeper inside you is screaming to be heard? What if all this exhaustion, this emptiness, this dragging yourself through the day, is actually a signal, a sign that your mind, your nervous system, and your soul are out of alignment, not broken, but begging for something more than just survival? Now ask yourself, when was the last time you felt genuinely alive? When was the last time you did something not out of obligation, but out of meaning, purpose, or joy? You don't need to flip your life upside down tomorrow, but you do need to stop pretending that emotional numbness and mental exhaustion are just part of being an adult. They're not. They're warnings, and the sooner you stop ignoring them, the sooner you can start healing them. So, if any part of this hit home, take it as a gentle nudge, or maybe even a not-so-gentle wake-up call. You're not here just to cope with life. You're here to live it. And hey, if this video helped spark something inside you, maybe drop a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and hit subscribe. Because if you're ready to dive deeper into understanding why you feel the way you do and how to take your energy and purpose back, you'll want to stick around for what's coming next.